All right, fight fans, are you ready to get a little bit geeky with us?
Oh, yeah.
Because we're taking a deep dive into UFC 312.
Love it.
But we're not just breaking down the fights, we're looking at it through the lens of,
AI.
yeah, Tajikbay's prediction model, the stats guru.
Oh, he's the best.
This model, it's crazy, 74% accuracy on fight winners.
Which is amazing on its own.
And then
there's more.
67% on method of victory.
Unheard of.
So we're going to break down these predictions, understand how the AI is thinking.
And we'll see if we can learn a little something ourselves.
Exactly. Because it's not just about who wins, but why, according to the AI.
It's like getting a glimpse into Tajikbay's brain.
Right. So let's jump right in.
Main event.
Middleweight title rematch. Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland.
Du Plessis is getting the edge here.
A decision victory, says the model.
Which is interesting because Strickland has a higher striking volume overall.
So what's the AI seeing that we're maybe not?
Well, Du Plessis, he lands at a higher rate.
Okay, so accuracy over volume.
Exactly. 51% to Strickland's 41%. That's significant.
And he can wrestle, right?
Yeah.
Took Strickland down in their first fight.
That's right. And he averages over 2 takedowns per 15 minutes.
So the model's thinking control, maybe grinding out those rounds.
It's all about that fight IQ.
Du Plessis, didn't he kind of get stronger as that first fight went on?
He did. His output actually increases in the later rounds.
So cardio could be a factor too.
It's like the AI's playing chess, not checkers.
All right, co-main event. Zhang Weili defending her strawweight title against Tatiana Suarez.
Big fight.
Huge. And the model is saying Zhang by TKO.
No, that's interesting.
Right. Because Suarez, she's a beast when it comes to wrestling.
Almost 7 takedowns every 15 minutes.
How's Zhang going to overcome that?
Well, the model is probably looking at Zhang's improved takedown defense.
Oh, that's right. She stuffed at 9 out of 10 takedowns against Esparza.
Exactly. And if she can keep it standing,
Her striking volume is scary.
over 6 significant strikes landed per minute.
So basically,
Zhang's evolution as a fighter shuts down Suarez's strength.
then her striking takes over. Makes sense to me.
The AI is seeing the whole picture.
This is getting good.
Oh, we're just getting started.
All right, next up, heavyweight clash. Justin Tafa versus Taliesin Teixeira.
This one's exciting.
Oh, yeah. Now, the model is going bold here. It's predicting a Tafa knockout.
An upset.
He's the underdog. So what's going on here?
It's all about power.
Tafa's a walking highlight reel, right?
Every single win.
KO or TKO.
Yep. And his striking accuracy has been getting better, too.
Not just swinging for the fences anymore.
No, he's finding his target.
And Teixeira,
This is his UFC debut.
so he hasn't faced this kind of power before.
Big step up in competition.
All right, light heavyweights. Jimmy Crute versus Rodolfo Bellato.
Crute needs a win here.
He's been in a slump, and the model's calling for a Crute submission.
Another upset.
What is it seeing?
Crute's grappling. He averages almost 3 takedowns per 15 minutes.
And most of his wins are by submission, right?
3 out of 4.
Okay, but Bellato, he has a 100% finish rate,
He does, but the AI might be favoring Crute's experience.
especially against top-ranked guys.
It's a battle of styles.
Grappling versus striking.
The AI's going with the grappler in this one.
Makes sense. Okay, last fight on the main card.
Let's do it.
Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado, welterweight bout.
The veteran versus the up-and-comer.
And the model sticking with experience. Matthews by decision.
Matthews is well-rounded, but his control is his real strength, according to the AI.
He can mix it up, but that 50% takedown accuracy.
Means he can dictate where the fight goes.
And Prado, just one UFC fight under his belt.
That experience gap is huge.
All right, so we've got the main card covered.
But the night is young.
Prelims are always fun,
Upsets galore.
and the AI has flagged some real head-scratchers.
I love it when it goes against the grain.
Let's see what it's picking up on.
Buckle up, it's about to get wild.
All right, first up, Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos.
This one's interesting.
The model's calling for a Jenkins decision.
Which is an upset.
Because he's the underdog, right? But remember what we were saying about fighters who can control the fight?
Jenkins fits that mold perfectly.
Accurate striking, good takedown defense,
He can dictate where the fight happens.
standing, ground. He's got options.
And that makes him dangerous, especially against a more experienced guy like Santos.
All right, next up, Tom Nolan versus Vyacheslav Borshev.
Now this one could be a barn burner.
The AI is all in on Borshev for a TKO.
And if you've seen this guy fight, you know why.
The man throws bombs.
Over 5 significant strikes landed per minute, 54% accuracy.
Is relentless, constantly moving forward.
And Nolan, he tends to absorb more strikes than he dishes out.
Not a good combination.
Not against a guy like Borshev.
Yeah, Nolan's going to have to pull something out of his hat to survive this one.
Maybe clinch work, takedowns, something to neutralize that power.
I don't know. Porsche is just relentless.
The AI sees that power as just too much for Nolan to handle.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit.
To the women's flyweight division.
We've got Wang Kong facing Bruna Brazil.
Wang by decision.
And it's all about that grappling, according to the model.
Wang averages 2.5 takedowns per 15 minutes.
And Brazil has shown she can be taken down.
Yeah, her takedown defense isn't her strongest point.
So classic exploit the weakness strategy.
The AI is recognizing that and betting on Wang to implement her game plan.
All right, next up, a bantamweight bout. Colby Thickness versus Alexandra Topuria.
Topuria is making his UFC debut.
And the AI is already predicting a submission victory.
Bold call.
So what's got the AI so high on a debuting fighter?
Topuria's got a serious grappling pedigree. His brother Ilya is a UFC finisher.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Alexandra, he's a BJJ black belt.
With a history of submissions.
So the AI is seeing that potential, that ground game.
Interesting. Striker versus grappler.
And the AI is picking the grappler.
I love when it throws us these curveballs.
Takes us on our toes.
All right, another lightweight fight. Quillan Salkilled versus Anshul Jubli.
This one's all about wrestling.
Salkilled by decision, says the AI.
And it's not hard to see why.
The man averages 4.5 takedowns per 15 minutes.
That's insane.
Like, I don't even know how that's possible.
He's relentless, constantly shooting for those legs.
And Jubli, he's a talented striker.
But if he can't stop those takedowns...
This will be a long night for him.
The AI is basically saying, hey, if you can take someone down and keep him there, you can win fights.
And you know what?
It's true.
All right, let's keep rolling.
Welterweight's up next.
Jonathan McCalser versus Kevin Jessutt.
The AI is giving the edge to Jessutt.
By decision.
Jessutt's got a well-rounded game, decent striking.
Over 4 significant strikes landed.
But he can wrestle, too.
So he can win wherever the fight goes.
Standing, ground, doesn't matter.
Makes him a tough puzzle to solve.
Versatility is key in MMA.
You got to have options.
And Jessutt definitely has them.
Okay, get ready for this one.
Potential upset alert.
Cody Steele versus Rong Su.
The AI is picking Zhu for the TKO.
He's the underdog, so what's the AI seeing?
It's all about Zhu's striking, specifically his accuracy.
Okay, so how much has it improved?
It's jumped from 39% to 51% in his last 3 fights.
That's huge.
Massive improvement.
So if he can keep the fight standing...
And avoid those takedowns.
The AI thinks he's got the power to get the finish.
You gotta love when the AI goes against the grain like this.
Absolutely. And last but not least...
Flyweight action to close out the prelims.
Hyunsum Park versus Nyamjargal Tumindembril.
This one's all about experience.
The AI is going with Park for the decision.
Park has fought tougher competition, got a more consistent record in the UFC.
And he's a good defensive fighter.
Yeah, only absorbs a little over 2 significant strikes per minute.
So that experience and that defense...
The AI thinks that'll be enough to get him the win.
Sometimes it's not about being flashy.
It's about being smart, minimizing mistakes,
and grinding out that win.
which is exactly what the AI thinks Park will do.
Well, we've made it through the entire UFC 312 card.
Phew. That was a lot.
And it's amazing to see what this AI can do.
It's incredible.
It's like having a secret weapon.
Giving us insights we'd never see on our own.
And we're just scratching the surface.
There's so much more to explore.
Stay tuned, because in part 2 of the deep dive, we're going to dig even deeper.
We're talking storylines, those X factors that could really shape things up.
Don't miss it.
It's gonna be good. Back again for more AI-powered fight analysis.
Deep dive into UFC 312, round 2.
We've seen the AI's picks.
But now, I want to get into those little things.
The stuff that could throw a wrench in the whole thing.
Exactly. The X factors, those storylines you can't always quantify.
The human element.
Let's start with the main event, the rematch. Duplessis versus Strickland.
AI likes Duplessis, but Strickland, he wants revenge.
And that volume striking, it's a problem.
Can he avoid those takedowns this time, though? Keep it standing where he's got the advantage. That's the question.
And for Duplessis, can he replicate that late surge? That cardio was a difference maker.
Plus, Strickland, he gets in your head.
Oh yeah, the mental game is huge.
Can Duplessis stay focused? Not get drawn into a brawl?
That's what makes this rematch so interesting. It's not just about the stats.
It's about who can execute under pressure.
All right, the co-main event. Zhang Weili, Tatiana Suarez.
This one is tough to call.
AI is high on Zhang, but Suarez's wrestling, it's a real threat.
No doubt, if she gets Zhang down, that changes everything.
Zhang's takedown defense has gotten better, but Suarez, She's relentless.
And don't forget the submissions.
Oh yeah, Suarez is a black belt. She can end it on the ground.
It's a classic striker versus grappler.
With everything on the line.
Can't wait to see how it unfolds.
All right, heavyweights next. Tafa versus Teixeira.
AI loves Tafa's power, but
Teixeira's a mystery.
UFC debut, we've never seen him against this level of competition.
Maybe he's got an iron shin. Who knows?
Or maybe he's got some surprises for us, a new wrinkle in his game.
First-time jitters. Maybe he folds under pressure.
Or maybe he thrives on it, uses that to his advantage.
That's the beauty of a debut.
Anything can happen.
All right, Crute versus Bellato. Light heavyweights.
Crute needs this win.
He's been struggling. And the AI is calling for a submission.
Which is surprising.
Right. But he's got the skills. We've seen it before.
The question is, has he got his confidence back?
That's a good point. If he's hesitant, Bellato's going to capitalize on that.
Bellato finishes fights.
100% finish rate. That's intimidating.
This is a must-win for Crute.
And a chance for Bellato to make a statement.
High stakes all around.
All right, let's wrap up the main card.
With Matthews versus Prado.
Welterweight battle.
AI likes Matthews, the experience, the control.
But Prado's young. He's hungry.
And he's got that explosiveness, dangerous power.
Matthews can't let him dictate the pace.
He needs to make it a chess match, use his veteran savvy.
But Prado, if he lands one of those bombs,
it could be over.
This is a clash of generations.
The old guard versus the new wave.
Always makes for an exciting fight.
Okay, so that's the main card.
Now let's dig into the prelim.
Where the real chaos happens.
AI's flagged some potential upsets.
Fights we gotta watch closely.
First up, Jenkins versus Santos.
AI likes Jenkins, but he's the underdog.
But he's got that control style we talked about, good striking, takedown defense.
Keeps his opponents guessing, can dictate where the fight goes.
And that can be a real advantage, even against a veteran like Santos.
Makes you work, makes you fight his fight.
All right, next up, potential fireworks. Nolan versus Borshev.
Oh, this one's gonna be fun.
EI says Borshev by TKO.
And it makes sense, the guy throws so many strikes.
Over 5 significant strikes per minute.
And they land. 54% accuracy.
Nolan's got to be careful. He tends to get hit.
Needs to find a way to neutralize that power, clinch up, maybe get a takedown.
Borshev is relentless, though.
Doesn't give you a moment to breathe.
This one might not go the distance.
I'm putting my money on a finish.
All right, switching gears to the women's flyweight division.
Wang Kong versus Bruna Brazil.
AI is giving the nod to Wang.
And it's all about the grappling.
Wang averages over 2 takedowns per 15 minutes.
Brazil's takedown defense, it's a bit of a weakness.
So, classic game plan. Take her down, control her.
Wear her out, grind out that win.
All right, bantamweight's up next. Thickness versus Topuria.
Topuria making his debut.
And the AI is already picking him to win by submission.
I love it when it does this.
Bold prediction for a newcomer.
But he's got the pedigree, his brother Ilya is a beast.
And Alexandra is a BJJ black belt.
So the skills are there.
Striker versus grappler, and the AI is going with the grappler.
This is one to watch for sure.
All right, lightweights. Sal killed versus Jubilee.
This one's simple. Wrestling dominance.
Sal killed the takedown machine.
4.5 takedowns per 15 minutes? Are you kidding me?
Jubilee's got good striking, but if he can't stop those takedowns,
it's going to be a long night.
Take him down, control him, win the fight.
It's a tried and true method.
Okay, welterweight's next. Mikel Lafif versus Juicit.
You sit by decision, says the AI.
What's it seeing?
Well-rounded game, decent striking, can wrestle a bit too.
So he's got options.
Exactly. And that makes him dangerous.
Not a one-trick pony.
You got to be able to adapt in this sport.
All right, another potential upset alert. Steele versus Rongzhu.
AI is picking Zhu.
He's the underdog, though.
But his striking has been improving.
How much better has he gotten?
His accuracies jumped to 51%, up from 39%.
That's a big jump.
If he can keep it standing, avoid those takedowns, the AI thinks he can pull it off.
So it's banking on that improved striking being the key.
It's seeing something that maybe others aren't.
All right, last fight on the prelims. Park versus Tumen Dimbrel.
Flyweight's closing out the night.
AI is going with Park, and it's all about experience.
He's fought tougher competition, more consistent record in the UFC.
And he's a tough guy to hit.
Great defense. Only absorbs about 2 significant strikes per minute.
So the AI is thinking that experience, that defense, it'll be enough.
Sometimes it's not about being flashy.
It's about minimizing mistakes, weathering the storm.
And coming out on top.
Well, we've analyzed every fight on this card.
Broken down the matchups, looked at the storylines.
And what's crazy is we're just scratching the surface of what this AI can do.
It's mind-blowing,
It's
really.
telling many possibilities.
And in part 3, we're going to talk about those possibilities.
What does this mean for the future of MMA?
How is AI going to change the game?
Get ready to go even deeper, fight fans. Welcome back to the Deep Dive, fight fans. We spent a lot of time breaking down UFC 312.
Yeah, we've gone through every matchup using that incredible AI model from Tajikbay.
I mean, it's crazy how much insight this technology can give us, right?
It really is like having a secret weapon almost.
But I'm curious, what does all this mean for the future of MMA?
That's the big question.
Like, is this the beginning of the end for human analysis?
Ooh, I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. It's more about collaboration.
Okay, explain that.
Well, human analysts, we still bring something to the table.
That gut feeling, the experience.
Exactly. Knowing a fighter's mentality, their style, those things are tough to quantify.
You can't just plug that into an algorithm.
Not yet, anyway. But AI, it can process so much data, so many fights.
It sees the patterns, the trends.
And that's where it shines.
So it's about using both, right? The AI gives us these data points.
And we connect the dots, make sense of it all.
It's like we're a team, the AI and us.
Working together to understand the sport better than ever before.
And this could have such a huge impact on the way we watch fights.
Imagine commentators using AI predictions in real time.
Whoa, that's next level.
Giving viewers insights they'd never get otherwise.
And what about coaches?
Oh man, they could use AI to create custom game plans.
Seeing weaknesses they might have missed.
Tailoring training to exploit those weaknesses.
Fighters could evolve so much faster.
It's like having a personal AI coach analyzing your every move.
That's incredible.
And fans, they could use this for betting, finding those hidden gems, the potential upsets.
The possibilities are endless, really.
It's an exciting time to be an MMA fan.
But there's some concerns too, right? Like with any new technology.
Definitely. Data privacy is a big one. We need to make sure fighters have control over their data.
Transparency is key. Knowing how that data is being used, who has access to it.
And we can't forget that AI isn't perfect. It's based on data, and data can be biased, incomplete.
We can't blindly follow the predictions. Gotta use our brains too.
Right. AI is a tool, a powerful tool, but it's still just a tool. It's up to us to use it responsibly, ethically.
And always remember, there's a human element to this sport that no algorithm can fully capture.
The heart, the passion, the will to win, that's what makes MMA so special.
Well said. It's exciting and a little bit scary all at the same time.
Like standing on the edge of a new frontier.
But AI is changing the game, that's for sure.
We're just at the beginning of this revolution.
Who knows what the future holds?
Maybe we'll see fighting styles we've never even imagined before.
Strategies that completely change the game.
Thanks to the insights AI can provide.
It's going to be wild. All right, fight fans, that's a wrap on our deep dive into UFC 312 and the future of MMA.
We had some fun with this one.
Hopefully you learned a thing or two, maybe got a little bit geeky with us.
As always, thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
Stay curious out there, and we'll catch you next time.